Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So today we're asking the question, are they any good for me? So your person of interest, are they any good for you? This isn't going to tell us whether they're a good person, full stop. This is just about for you, because we all know that, that somebody or even ourselves, that when we've met someone, it's completely changed us, and not always for the best. It all comes down to the chemistry between us. That everything can be going fine, everything can be really positive, and then something just happens and this person rubs us up the wrong way or brings the wrong ideas into our lives and so on. Well, this person, you must be having some questions about them. So what we're going to be looking at is if your instincts are right or whether there's something perhaps you're not seeing. So I want you, this is really important now, to clear your mind of any expectation you have about this person, any fear, any beliefs that you have about how they think about you, what they want from you. Clear your mind. You must be completely free and open to ask yourself the question in order to receive the answer. So it's important that you get in the right state of mind before you ask yourself that question. So some of you are going to need to press pause to do that. That's fine. Go ahead and do that if you want. And when you're ready, make your choice. I've put the timestamps in the description box and pinned them in the top comment section. So when you're ready, make your choice, click on the timestamp, and I shall see you at your reading. Okay, those of you that chose option 1, this is your reading. Is this person any good for you? So we start off with the 9 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Horned God, the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords. Will these fit on the bottom? I think I'll put them here. Santa Muerte, that's death, the 3 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I think what's happening is that they're bringing real change for you, and I think this is where the confusion is, because some of you might like change, others don't. I think you're just generally unsure, hence watching the video, but also I think unsure because of the uncertainty of what's coming forward to you through this person. We've got 2 major arcana cards and mainly minor. So it's not that they won't have any impact, but I think because there's more minor cards, it's not going to be as chaotic as some of you fear. But they are undoubtedly bringing change. I mean, we've got the Death card. There are things that are being let go of, you're outgrowing, that you're shedding, and it's due to this person. You know, the 9 of Wands, there's this sense that they're tiring you out, they're not beating you down, but they've got you on your toes and you're tired and you can't perhaps get other things done or devote time to other things. And I think that you're stopping to think about them a lot. I think that they are on your mind a lot. You're distracted in that you're competently getting on with your life. Like she's there sewing, but she's also thinking about the 3 Pentacles because she's got them protected with her foot and with her jug. So she's getting on with her life, but she's also thinking about things. This isn't enough work to keep whatever's on her mind. It's not a complete distraction. That's what I'm trying to say. She can't focus entirely on it. She's building something new in her life, but she's always got in the back of her mind, she's thinking about something else. And I think this is the impact that they're having on you. Because I think that Maybe some of you are suspicious of people that bring change because, if you're not in control of it, if they are having an impact on you that you're not in control of, that you are confused by that. But they are absolutely offering newness to you, because we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So they're offering you something tangible. Whether it's a future with them or otherwise, I mean, that depends on who the person is in your life. But what they're offering you is something that you can build on top of. That could be a future, a security, a knowledge. It could be the foundations of an idea. It could be anything. It's definitely something that you can make something with. You can make a new life with. A business, an idea, literally a craft, because we've got this lady sewing. These are sort of physical handcrafts. You make things. You have an idea and you make something with it. When it comes to a pentacle, is always my feeling, my instinct. And there's this sense of authority. I think that they are bringing an authority with you. I think this is somebody that knows themselves and their own mind. They know their own authority. I don't think this is a person that you can push around. So hence the feeling that maybe you're the one being changed by them, because they feel like an immovable object. But I think they are good in that we've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, which are cards that reflect on joy. This is family joy. I mean, normally the Nine of Pentacles, it's somebody, the young lady on her own, but here it's about a happy family. That he's looking at all the pentacles he's provided for them. His wife's well occupied, she's got stuff to do. The kids, they're not having to work. There's enough income that the kids can have time to play and chase each other around. And these are all having fun, sharing a drink together. So I think overall that they are good and that they mean no harm. There aren't any really negative cards here, but there are two cards that are showing the need for change or bringing of change. And I think that's what they're bringing to you. And this is why you're having this thing, are they good for me? Because what was before is now being changed into what is going to be. We've got, changing of minds, Six of Swords, moving on, mentally moving on to something new. Can be physically for some of you, but remember it's a sword. They're about words, thoughts, the mind, logic. It's about a change of mind, the progressing of a mind. And I think that's the progressing of a mind is more important for all of you that chose number 1. That it's not so much, are they good for you? I think they're good or ill. They're changing. They're changing something in your life, or the way you see something in your life, changing your attitudes, educating you even. And through that education, you're having something tangible for you to move forward with. They could be allowing you to become into your Emperor energy, to come into your own authority, and to deliver something new for yourself. To let go of your old life and to move into a newer one. And it might be tiring at points. I do get the feeling that this person tires you out in many ways, and sort of makes you feel that you're fighting an uphill struggle, fighting an uphill battle. But overall, there are better times than there are worse. It's just change. That's all I can vibe. They're changing things for you. And I think, to be honest, most of you will be happy with that, and others will be, I'm not sure I'm happy with that. But that's fine. Change can be uncomfortable for a lot of people. Some relish change, others struggle with it. So if you struggle with it, acknowledge that struggle and give yourself some space and a bit of time to process your feelings and your emotions in regards to the change that I believe this person's bringing to you. But there are no bad vibes in this, that what they bring overall will be bad. And to be honest, it doesn't strike me within the reading that there's anything where I have to say, well, they're going to bring bad times, but at the end of it, you'll be a better person. This just feels that I don't get any of those vibes. I get the vibes that they're just bringing you change. So there you go, those of you that chose number 1, that's your reading. I've started up my Patreon again after a short gap over the summer, so please have a look in the description box and have a look on there. I've got a video as well to explain with my Patreon, so have a watch of that as well if you don't mind. If you want a private reading with me, I've got some slots available, so send me an email and I will email you and let you know when I can fit you in. All the information's in the description box. But otherwise, I'll leave you with your reading. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose option 2, this is your reading. So is this person any good for you? Ah, the Lovers. What a great card to start off with. The Lovers, the Emperor, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Wands. This is looking good. Oh, Ten of Swords. Two of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Two of Swords. Wow, what a reading. I mean, you got the Lovers and the Emperor. I mean, overall, I would say, yeah, they are good for you. They are good for you. We've got the Lovers, so, you know, for some of you, if the person that you've got is a love interest, then they can be a really great match for you. There can be a lot of success. They can bring you a lot of success if it's a love affair that you're looking for or at. There can be a great deal of emotional affinity and connection between the two of you. And I think it's going to make you feel empowered and happy and joyful. And some of you are going to be thinking about kids or feeling like a kid. And that things are rushing ahead and happening. It's successful. And just things are growing and that you're learning. It's just going to feel all wonderful and that they're going to bring all this good to you, which is brilliant. I think there's a feeling that there are things that are going to be ending as well. But I think that happens when you meet new people in general. You know, in a relationship, it's amplified. But even when you just meet new people, it does change you because people change you, even if it's in a subtle way on a small level, when it's just an acquaintance or that person you meet a few times a week at work. You know, things change you. And it's like the death of the old. But when the death of the old, it means there's something new coming in. It's making space for the new. So, if you're not talking about someone that you're romantically interested in, and this is just somebody that you've come in contact for another reason in life, you've got two cards that reflect choice. So they're going to be, I think, good for you in that it's going to make you choose something. Not necessarily between them and another person or them and something else. It's just that perhaps the influence on your life will cause you to choose between one thing or another. You know, that they bring, you know, they can bring you information, they can bring you learning, because the Page of Pentacles is the student card. You know, it's a student of life, really, rather than of a formal education. This is the sort of person that goes from school out into the world of work and learns that way. So they could influence you in a reality of life. They could cause you to choose between different things. But they're having a positive impact on you because I think that they're causing you to face that choice. I mean, the Lovers does mean choice, and so does the Two of Swords. You know, it's like the swords, they're scissors here, something's going to be snipped. And I feel that's their influence. I think that you want to end something so that you can have success, and it's that knowledge has come through them. That's what they're going to bring to you, a decision about what success is, how you're going to get it. But you do, what the good influence that they have on you are more positive feelings. I mean, we've got the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. They're really soft and gentle cards. They're both cards about connection with somebody else. This can represent a long-term connection because it's like going back into childhood. But for some of you, it's a really like a nostalgic connection. So they might bring a sense of nostalgia with them. Maybe you've known them for a long time, or you knew them in childhood and now you've re-met them. But it's a sense of reaching into the past for those happy feelings, because we always look at the past with a rose-tinted eye. There's a glow to it that where we don't see the bad parts. We only remember the good. And so I think that there's this feeling of only good and not seeing the bad. But there is no warning here about watching out for that. We should always be aware of not falling into the trap of fantasy. It's easy to do that, but we should all try and step ourselves back and be a bit practical about things. And I think, the other reading actually had the Emperor in, and I get this feeling that this connection, are they good for you? They're going to be good for you to allow you to discover your own power, your own authority, which is always a good thing. And I think they're just going to get things moving on in your life. I think that the good that will come from this is that it pushes you forward. I think there are going to be good feelings of either love or just friendship. Some of you could be really great friends with this person, but there's going to be it's going to propel you forward. So there's no stagnation with this person. The good perhaps that they're going to bring is to cause you to move forward, let go of the old and move forward, looking for success, or, moving forward in success. Because I think you're going to cut things out that are no good for you anymore, and it will allow new things to come in. Choice really comes forward. I think they're going to inspire your choices that allow you to make a choice in something. Whatever that is, it depends on you, the individual. So that's your reading, those of you that chose number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a look in the description box. It's got all the information that you need, but also a link, because I've restarted off my Patreon. So you can have a look there, see if there's anything of interest for you. If you want a private reading with me, you can get one. I do have some slots available. You just need to send me an email. So again, check the description box. But otherwise, I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose option 3, this is your reading. Is this person going to be any good for you? Oh, the Sleeper Such Judgment. Page of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Knight of Wands. The 6 of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords. And the Page of Cups. So I think this is a weird mixture of cards, because I think they're going to cause something to be reawakened in you. I think there's something that had been dormant gets the call again. And we've got the card of going out and having fun, having an adventure, getting out and being alive, I think would be the best. It's the kids that just go off and have lots of fun. Doesn't matter how old you are, by the way. But you also have a card about financial security, basically, for the family. It's about establishing wealth for future generations. Everybody in the family is well tended and cared for. But again, hardship and being exhausted. And you've got the Knight of Wands as well. I think overall they could be quite good for you, but I don't think it's always going to feel that way. Because we've got the 8 of Swords, which is usually the girl in blindfolds surrounded by the swords, and she doesn't know where to go. So I think there's going to be points where you really, really, really... Is that the 9 or the 6? So one thing with these cards that I struggle with is which way round are they? And we might go through that. Let's have a look at another card. Oh, right. So it is the 9. It's the 9 of Pentacles. So we've got the 9 and 10 of Pentacles. So, yeah, I stand by what I said. I think at times this is going to be a connection that wears you out. And I think you might have moments where you think, oh, I've had enough, I want to, start again. But it will bring you great joy as well. And I think financial wealth or abundance, it will give you the means to provide for yourself and others, I think. But I think it's going to be one that's going to keep you on your toes. I think it's going to be one that, with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, I think you're going to end up, some of you literally travelling. I think it might be a bit of an emotional roller coaster or a roller coaster of passion, in that you could find yourself going through your emotions quite quickly, the more volatile, passionate, fiery ones. What I always like about this card is this lady is working. She's working, like, in a sense, from home. But she's got all of her wands up on the wall, and she takes one down and works on it, puts it back up, takes the other one down and works on it. This is a sense of that this will be a connection that's worked on a lot. Probably because there seems to be a lot going on in it that is, I want to say all over the place, but it's weirdly solid and fiery. It's really earthy and fiery, whether that's how you would say, oh yeah, I'm really practical and they're really a fiery person, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. I think at times you're not going to understand each other, and I think you're going to be confused by each other, but there's going to be, Page of Cups, love and affection there. So there's an interest in each other, but sometimes a lack of understanding about each other, and a confusion about what the other has to offer, or what you have to offer them, or they to have, offer you. But there's a desire to work at it in order to have the abundance. So are they good for you? If you want this, then yeah, I think it will make you both grow as people, mature, understand how to have relationships with other people, more. And certainly these are all issues that I would say are very workable. You can work your way through these. It feels almost like the beginning of a relationship where you're trying to get to know each other. And you're a bit tired and you're finding it hard to compromise, but you want to compromise because you want to be with that person. I think there's a sense of adventure, very much a sense of adventure, written right through this reading of, are they good for you? Well, they're going to bring you adventure, and they are going to bring you money, but at times you're going to think, is it worth it? And at times you're going to think, is the adventure worth it? And it doesn't have to be physical adventure, by the way. Sometimes you think, oh yeah, this is talking about physical adventure, and then someone comes back to you and says, oh, actually no, it was a real roller coaster in the relationship between the two of us, but we stayed literally going to work, having a holiday or vacation, and getting through our relationship, but we didn't really travel. We didn't go abroad or anything like that. What we did was go through a lot together and travelled a lot together in terms of a relationship and personal development. And that's really what feels like this connection brings. Are they good for you? Yeah, I don't think that they're bad. I think they're going to bring a lot of development for you. And I think you for them. So those of you that chose option 3, that's your reading. To let you know, I've just restarted my Patreon, so have a look there in the description box. Have a look at the link, see if there's anything you like, and support me on Patreon if you would like. Thank you very much. If you want a private reading with me, you can still go ahead and book those. I've got some slots available, so again, check the description box and then send me an email and I will get back to you and tell you when I can do it. It won't be a long wait by any means. I can get them done relatively quickly, within a few days. So yeah, send me an email. Otherwise, please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 4, this is your reading. Are they this person any good for you? Knight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, right. Basically nearly all Pentacles. One Wands, one Swords. So definitely they're going to have some sort of impact on you. It's all grounded, earthy energy. They're all Pentacles. They're all slow moving. And all of them have had a weird mixture of cards that have come through, which I think reflects the reality that people have more than one impact on us generally. You can't, you know, when you look back at connections and relationships with people, wherever they come from, sometimes you say, well, they weren't all bad or they weren't all good, you know, there were things that I would change, but then there are other things that you wouldn't. And this is what comes across generally in all of the readings. So don't feel that that's only yours. But I think they're going to be good for you. I think on balance, I think they might bring more trouble than positive, if I'm honest. You've got a really nice positive Ace of Pentacles there. So I think through... I don't want to describe it as negative. I think that you're going to get a brand new beginning out of this one where there's a lot of potential. And I sense it's because of the experiences that you've had through this connection. Remember, whatever it is, whatever your knowledge of this person, however they are in your life. We get the Knight of Pentacles. They're bringing you hard work. It's slow, hard work that needs to be done. But it's still being left out in the cold. So it's a sense, I think, that what they're bringing to you is this sense of working really, really hard and waiting and waiting and waiting for the results to come through. Because we've got the Seven of Pentacles and it's all about waiting. Is it time to harvest the crop? So I just get the sense, in a way, that you're investing a lot more work in them than they are in you, or whatever your connection is. Maybe this is a colleague or someone that works for you, or whatever, that you're meant to both be working together on something. There's this sense that you, or you know, one or other of you, let's leave it open because it's such a general reading, is putting in more than the other person. And although there's this sort of sense of a new beginning, something's really going to pay out, there's also this fear that it will never pay out. I think there's this feeling that one of you are lying awake thinking and worrying about getting stuff done. You know, like if there's something you're both working towards and you get this feeling that there's only you putting any effort into it, the other person's lying awake thinking, why haven't they done what they should be doing? Because I do get the feeling that one person's diligently waving the wand and getting the work done, and the other person's just faffing around eating hay, you know, playing on the computer, not doing their share of the work. Maybe one of you is actually physically going out to work and earning an income, earning a wage, and the other person's just faffing around and not really... You know, maybe they're working, but it's low paid or very few hours. And sorry, something just distracted. Yeah, I'll get this feeling that there's an ambition for the two of you and one person's not pulling their weight. And it's leaving the other person feeling bad. And so from my perspective, this is why I'm thinking sort of not necessarily, not really, because if you're the one doing all the work and they're not, no. And the Six of Pentacles, it's all about balancing things out, time ticking. It's like you're wasting your time with this person, time's ticking. This is about having a balanced relationship, balance between what you can give and what you can't. If you've got enough that you can give charity, brilliant. If you haven't, you're the one receiving charity. Do you know what I mean? You can't give so much that it costs you in the long run. And for some of you, I think that overall this connection is costing you more than you're ever going to recoup. But the only way that you can make something of it is that you take what you've experienced here in this relationship with this person, and move on with it to build something new. So I don't think that they are a bad person. For whatever reason, it's not coming through. And the 7 of Wands, it's that feeling of being on the defensive, that you're always, someone's always on top and pushing away. So if you're the person saying to them, why haven't you done what you're supposed to do? Why haven't you done what you're supposed to do? And they're like deflecting it off you. Tomorrow always, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles again. But what I like about this is that there's a barrier between us and the man on the other side. And he's just counting. Everything's being put onto the one side. Nothing's being left on that side. It's all going to that side. So exactly, is it you or them that's diverting all of the resources onto the one side? Is it you or is it them? Because this might be, are you any good for them? Because it's a general reading. If you're the one listening and thinking, well, no, they're the one that's doing all the work. It's not doing you any good to let them do all the work, just as much as it doesn't do, them any good to do all the work. If you let them do all the work, you don't get any of the experience and the knowledge. You might have a bit of guilt with it, but if you're the one who's just getting all the work done, and you have to share the rewards, but you're the one who's done the bulk of the work. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It's just in whatever your connection is, no, it's possibly not working out for you. And what you need to do is say to them, you need to pull your finger out and get on and share the workload, or say for yourself, oh, come on, it's time that I took the reins a bit and did a lot of the work. It just feels like a very unbalanced relationship where on the one side someone's doing all the graft, and that's not fair. So I have to say, actually, on balance, it doesn't feel that it's doing you any good. I think it's depriving you in some way. But that doesn't mean that you can't repair it, that you can't change things, and you can't take what you've learned and go off and reap the rewards yourself. Yeah, that's it. It just feels unbalanced. So I don't think that they are in your life to destroy it. I think there's just a confusion, or at least there's a feeling of burdensomeness in this connection, and that's no way to have a friendship, a relationship, or whatever. So that's your reading, those of you that chose number 4. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you helped. Let me know hope it helped you. Let me know in the comment section. Just to let you all know that I have restarted my Patreon after a bit of a break, so have a look in the description box. I've got a video that I've recorded and also added to the channel to explain what's happening with my Patreon, so have a look there. I'm still doing private readings, so if you wanted to book one with me, then you read the description box and then send me an email and I will get back to you. And otherwise, I will leave you with your reading. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye.